Let's take a look at finding the area of composite shapes. The composite shapes are just two shapes that have been put together. It can be more than two, but it's just some shapes that have been combined together to make some new shape. So in this case, we have two different shapes. We have a rectangle that is 7 feet by 4 feet, and we have a triangle that has some dimensions here as well. It has a height of 5 feet and a base of 7 feet, and this little slant height of 6 feet. To find the area of a rectangle, you remember our formula is length times width. So if we want to find the area of our rectangle, it is 7 times 4. 7 is our length, 4 is our width, and 7 times 4 is 28 feet squared. With our triangle, we have a little different situation. We want to find the area of a triangle. We remember that our formula is base times height divided by 2. As we say it in class, base times height divided by 2. Base times height divided by 2. So we need to figure out which one is our base. In this case, our base is the one across what we would say is the bottom of the triangle. Our height is the little dotted line that comes from the vertex, this vertex of the triangle, to the line across from it. And the line across from it is called the base. So our base is 7 feet. And our height is 5 feet. So we have 7 times 5. And then we have to divide that by 2 and we'll have our answer. It's very important to notice that this little slant height here is not important to us in what we're finding, which is the area. So don't be confused by that on K-Prep questions or anything like that. Slant height is not the height we're looking for when we find the area of a triangle. So 7 times 5 is 35. We divide that by 2 and we get 17.5. 17.5 feet squared. Now, that is the area of these two shapes that we have. So I'm going to write those in the middle here. This one is 28 feet squared, and we'll put this one in a different color. This one is 17.5 feet squared. Let me group these together, and we'll see if we can see how they look together as a composite shape. As a composite shape. So I'll delete this part and this part, and let's combine these together. So we'll move this here and we'll turn it upside down like that and attach it onto the bottom. Now we have a composite shape of a triangle and a box. It kind of looks like an upside down house. And because we have these different shapes together, I'm going to circle this right here and see if we can get that taken care of. We have these two little things, and each one of them, our area for the top box is 28, and our area for the triangle is 17.5. Now, how would I get the area of the entire object? I want the area of this entire shape. Well, to find that, I take the area of the triangle, and I add it to the area of the rectangle. The area of the rectangle is 28 feet squared. The area of the triangle is 17.5 feet squared. And when I add those together, if you want, we'll just pull up our little calculator. We could do it in our head, but we'll show you what it looks like on the calculator. 28 plus 17.5 is equal to 45.5. So 45.5 is the feet squared, is the area of this entire shape. The whole shape here is 45.5 feet squared because we have one shape combined with another. That makes it a composite shape. Now here's another kind of composite shape. In this case, we just have a single rectangle. And what was the formula for the area of a rectangle? If you remember, it was length times width. So in this case, we'll take our length to be 8 inches and our width to be 7 inches, and we'll multiply those together and we will get 56 inches squared. But let's say we wanted to take away part of this rectangle. We wanted to just punch out the center and find the area of what was left over. We can take this part out, and now we want to find just the area of this black shaded part here. We don't want the area of the whole thing. The area of the whole thing was 56 inches. We want the area of just the shaded part once we take that center square out. We can't add these two together. If we add this rectangle and the remaining part of the rectangle, then what we get is the whole thing all together, 56 inches squared. We want the area without that center square. So what we have to do is take the area of the larger rectangle, which was 56 inches, then find the area of this inside rectangle right here. Find out the area of that part. And if you remember, again, the area of a rectangle is length times width. And our length is 4 inches. And our width is 3 inches, which gives us a total of 12 inches squared. Now, the question is, what do? We wanted the area of this little rectangle, right? And that was 12 inches squared. And we're going to rip it out of the middle. We're going to take it out of the middle there. So will we add or subtract? When we're combining things, we add. But when we're taking things away from another, then we subtract. So we take the 56 inches squared, and we subtract from that 12 inches squared, and we get 44 inches squared, which again is the area of this part right here, this shaded area. That was some of the trouble we had, was comprehending, kind of understanding what exactly was meant by the area. When we find the area of composite shapes, we can do it through addition, like we did over here when we have two completely different shapes, or we can do it, we'll add those back together there, or we can do it using subtraction, where we take one piece away from another. And if we're taking one piece away from another, we're doing it with subtraction.